One shot. Parti. Oh là là.
That was so sick, man. It looks like so much fun. What up? It's Brandon here. Welcome back to Bladed News, your #1 rollerblading news source. You know the drill. Once again, brought to you by Skids Grind Plates, the best way to grind off your skates. Skids Grind Plates has been supporting this series for such a long time now, and I'm so thankful for it. And yeah, it'd be really cool if you went and checked them out. There'll be a link in the description. Follow them on Instagram as well. But anyway, as always, let's just roll into it with some industry news. And the first thing I want to talk about is the massive amount of backlash Roces received on an Instagram post, which quickly turned into a Roces versus Joe Atkinson situation. So it all started with this nice post Roces made promoting to be proud of how unique you are in support of the LGBTQ+ community. You can pretty much pinpoint all this backlash down to one comment by a guy named Garrett. What he commented on this post was essentially the only thing unique about Roces is how badly they treat their team. Now, if you know anything about Roces, this isn't a new kind of diss that people have been saying about Roces. It's something that they probably get a lot on a lot of posts. But the difference with this one here is Roces actually replied saying, "How does he know that?" And this just caused the whole thing to blow up. We even had a Roces team manager jump in there trying to defend all their actions. And the whole thing just got worse and worse. There was a massive comment feed of just people yelling at each other. Eventually, Joe Atkinson joined in, calling them out for not paying him for skate royalties from 2018. And he even went to his own Instagram, put up a post promoting Fair Blade. After much longer than I expected, Roces ended up deleting the comments on this post. I decided to reach out to them to see what their side of the story is with paying Joe. And they gave me a pretty short response just saying they're going to make a public post. And then they did make a public post. Notably, in this public post, they displayed the exact amount of money they've paid Joe Atkinson for each year, which is really weird to me. I don't think they needed to do that at all. Essentially, they explained that they had definitely paid him for 2018. They just hadn't paid him for his most recent quarter of skate royalties. And it's just because that quarter had only recently just finished and they were a bit behind due to coronavirus. And they also clarified that they have now paid him for that quarter, so they should have all the money they owe him now paid to him. Now, hopefully I can get a screenshot of their response here, because I didn't get one. I didn't think they'd delete it, but they have deleted that post now, which is another interesting point. Just my takeaway from this, I think there was a massive lack of communication between Joe and Roces. I think Roces just wasn't talking to Joe, so he had no idea what's going on. He was obviously drawn to the point where he had to do it publicly. I really think this whole situation should have never became public, but I understand why it did. I like that it's also showing a light on another bad part of our industry right now and how pro riders are being treated when essentially they are such an important part of selling skates. Now, I'd hope Roces learns from this situation and works on ways to improve on this. Hopefully Joe's finally got his money and knows what's happening with it. But I think the worst part about this whole situation was the fact that such a positive thing was turned into a really negative thing. I'm fairly sure no other rollerblading brands posted in support of the LGBTQ+ community or pride. And I know a lot of people boil it down to just being marketing, you know, they're trying to sell a product to this community. But I think these posts make a great amount of difference for supporting these communities. I really hope Roces doesn't get put off from this and stops doing posts like this, because I think they're very important, and I hope other brands get on board with publicly supporting these parts of our community. And to all the people who said they're no longer going to buy Roces products just because they posted in support of this group, you fucking suck. In some other news, Roces loses another one of their pro riders, another really good part of their team, and that is Scott Quinn. Scott put up an IG post linking to a recent edit he's made, Skating Razors, announcing that he's leaving the pro team. He appears to be leaving on good terms. It doesn't seem like anyone was treated badly behind the scenes. But that is another huge loss for the Razors pro team. First John and now Scott. Who's next? I think it's notable the fact that both of these pros are leaving at the moment too. It makes me wonder what is happening behind the scenes there. I hope it is all on good terms and both Scott and John are just wanting to move on. But yeah, I wish Scott and John all the best. I can't wait to see what they do next. And I'm always going to be hanging out for whatever edit they post out next, because both of them are just exceptionally good skaters. So that's it for industry news. Let's move on to everyone's favorite part of the show, product news. And first up, you definitely heard this from Biz already, but there's a new inline skate mag called the Inline Review. One of my favorite, I guess you'd call it, rollerblade artists Instagram accounts was featured in it, which is really cool for a start. It's a UK-based magazine, and I really hope at some point I can get my hands on it. If you see it while you're about to order your new skates at your local skate shop, definitely grab a copy. Now there's a ton of products, so I'm kind of going to categorize them, and right now we're going to be talking about wheel news. First one we're talking about is the Dead Too Easy collab. They worked together to make this sick orange wheel that is 58mm and 92A hardness. Buying the set directly supports Too Easy, and every collab with Too Easy has just been an absolute masterpiece. So yeah, I would say go buy some, but they're already sold out. So yeah, hopefully you got some if you wanted some. My favorite wheel company, Conjure, released a pro wheel for Joey Chase. This is a 58mm wheel with 90A hardness, and it features another new profile. Conjure bringing out all these new profiles. I'm unsure what the benefit of this profile is. It's not very clear, but if it's even slightly as good as the Rocket profile that I absolutely love, then it's going to be worth checking out. Blade Collective teased some shots of a new crispy looking wheel. It's black with the BC on it. We got no specs and no details on it, but there's something else to be looking forward to. Moonshine, the people who make the best anti-rockers in the game, they just teased on their Instagram some sample wheels they're testing out right now. They got 2 different urethanes they're trying out, and they're looking really good and sleek. In the IG post, it was said that it's going to be very open and transparent about how the whole process goes in making it, which is something I'm really interested in, and I can't wait to see more. They also released these new, I guess you can call it, additions to create original frames that you can put in that make them last a bit longer, make them slide a bit faster, which is also really cool. And apparently there's a lot more to come, so yeah, I can't wait to see what else Moonshine's up to. And yes, we have another category of the products, and now we're talking about new skate news. First up, I saw this a long time ago, but I was unsure if it was actually a real thing. But someone is recreating the Oxygen skates, and they just finished their first prototype. It actually happened a while ago now, so it didn't just happen. And they've already planned to make a bunch of improvements. I can't wait to see more, but isn't that sick? I'd love to know what you guys think about people just going out and recreating a skate that you can no longer get anymore themselves. Pretty interesting. Micro also teased a new skate they're about to release. It looks like it's a tri-skate. I'm not 100% on this, but I'm pretty sure it's one of the first skates that Lino's been more directly involved in designing. I have a feeling it's going to be quite a big improvement look-wise compared to the other micro free skates they have. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what that's going to be. Speaking of Lino, he did just start a new skate shop. And I know what you're thinking, he already has a skate shop. This one's a little bit different. It's called Wheel Addict, which I think is pretty on brand with him, and it's essentially where he is selling his merch as well as drop shipping some skates, which is a whole new idea that no skate shop has done yet. So right now he's only got endless frames and micro skates in there as well as his merch, but he has plans to expand that obviously. He seems to be putting in little handwritten notes to everyone who orders something, which is a cool touch, and he does have his merch in stock. It's just the skates that are drop shipped. So yeah, I think that's really cool, and yeah, you should check it out. The small rollerblading clothing brand Transit has some designs I want you to check out. First off, they have this t-shirt that's in support of Pride and directly supports a charity related to that. And they also have this Never Give Up tee, which is a really cool design. The whole theory behind Transit is supporting mental health, which I think is a really good thing to get behind. And yeah, they have some sick designs, so it's a win-win. You're helping the world, you're helping rollerbladers, and you're getting a sick shirt. So I definitely recommend checking them out. So I pretty much have to talk about them every single week because John just works that hard. He's just released a face mask, which he's making no money off. He's donating all sales profits into a COVID-19 relief charity, which is a really cool thing to get behind. So if you still don't have a face mask, I know in America I think you have to wear them, right? So you probably have one, but you know, you should get a Them Skates one because that's sick. And finally, Gloom released a bearing speed cream, very similar to Bone speed cream. Now this is really cool because it means you can help keep money in rollerblading. Bones makes good products, right? Bones makes good speed cream, good bearings, but skateboarding has so much money in it already. Rollerblading doesn't, so it's good to have options to get another good product that directly keeps money in rollerblading. You know, you can now get like Project Go ceramic bearings instead of Bones bearings, and you can now get the speed cream from Gloom instead of the Bones one, which keeps money in rollerblading and getting just as good a product. Yeah, I don't know if that made sense, but you should check him out. And that's it for product news. I feel like every week there just seems to be more and more products, which is so cool. But anyway, let's move on to my favorite part of the show, media you should check out. First up, CJ has a YouTube channel, which I already knew about, but I didn't realize he was actually posting on it. We got this video of CJ testing out some prototypes for his new Pro Skate for Seba, as well as the ergota frames. And it's a really cool video. It's the first time CJ's been skating in a while since he got injured. Looks like he's having fun and it's a good video. You should check it out. Roll Meter Soda hit us with another video essay, this time talking about the truth about scootering. And if you are one of those people that hates on scootering hard out, you definitely need to check this video out. I say that when my most viewed video on this channel has got to do with somewhat hating on scooters. We got this really unique piece of SUV skating with some off-road skating, which just looks so scary and so hard. But it's another really good watch. We got a roller skating film from Australia called Making Gravy. This video really reminds me of some early rollerblading videos. It has the same kind of vibe and the craziness to it. Speaking of Australia, we got Australian Session from 2018, which features some absolutely crazy skating in it. Watching this will get you pumped for your next skate. But the fact that these are 2018 clips and they've only recently been posted makes me think you've been sitting on some fire clips from some of your homies, which isn't cool. But I say that as I sit on some sick clips of Slug right now, so I'm definitely part of that problem. So you've probably definitely seen this by now, but Borkum Zoo posted a video called F Rona, and just the P-rail part of this, Oregon is just, like, every day blows my mind. I never thought that you could skate P-rails this ridiculously, you know? Like, I had to watch those over and over again to see what the hell is going on. If you're looking for a new tutorial series, Kevin LeBron's been making a really good new format style tutorials. I really enjoyed this one on the True Soul, and I highly recommend checking out his channel. Speaking of tutorials though, if you're really new to rollerblading, I've been trying to build from the absolute basics to advanced grind series, teaching you how to rollerblade. And it would be really cool if you check that out. Tuku's put together this great video of him getting out on some big wheels on aggressive skates. And he really pushes on the point that everyone needs to try big wheels. And I really reflect that. You're missing out on so much fun. You gotta try them. And finally, we got a street profile from Mose. I hope I'm saying that right. But it's a really sick piece that makes me feel really bad at skating because he is killing some scary looking handrails there. And it's been a long time since I've hit a handrail. Like, I couldn't even work out how long. Links, as always, will be in the description down below for everything I talked about today, from the news to the videos, including a secret link, which is another really cool thing I found. You should definitely check that out. As always, I would love to know your thoughts on everything we talked about today. Let me know in the comments down below. If you want to support the series, consider becoming a member by hitting that join button next to the subscribe button or the link in the description. You get a badge next to your name in the comments, but you could also just subscribe. That helps just as much. I still have a few of these hoodies left at Lace too, if you're curious and you want to support me. But anyway, I just want to give a huge thanks to my Blade News correspondent Ben, as well as my patrons and members, Costa Blades, Adam, Ben, Kevin, Chris, Dan, Deb, Dennis, Fabian, Joel, Lake Brothers Blading, Mark, Mike, Nathaniel, Sean, Skids Grind Plates, Sweet Moves, Sonic Sports, Tagi, The Book of Grinds, and Tice, and I'll see everyone later on.